back line, tighten every zone. Talking full. I'm tuned in. Feel the flow, it's about to go. Defensive Dynamo, breaking down the show. Yo, we analyze the back line, tighten every zone. Talking 4-4-2, man. No one's left alone. From the press to the block, ain't nobody slipping. Full backs hold it down while the midfield's clicking. And the man is no new. We dissect the heat, no weak links, just tactical elite. We the kings of the podcast grind. When it's time for defense, we ahead of the line. Ain't no podcast fine, I check the play-by-play. From Milan to Madrid, we own the defensive game. We the best for the tactics, yeah, you gotta know. Defensive Dynamo, that's the way to go. Breaking down plays, we control the show. Defense wins games and we're letting it flow. Talking high press, low block, never out of phase. Tactics on lock, got you stuck in a maze. You think you're running game, but we ran every move. Dynamo's the name, yeah, we analyze grooves. From clean sheets to counters, we don't miss a thing. Got your strikers frustrated, clip their wings. Every pod we drop is a tactical masterclass. You can't compete, just sit back and pass. The numbers don't lie, XG can't hide. We break it all down, make the stats come alive. You talk offense, cool, but defense is king. In the world of tactics, we're wearing the ring. We the best for the tactics, yeah, you gotta know. Defensive Dynamo, that's the way to go. Breaking down plays, we control the show. Defense wins games and we're letting it flow. Yeah, you gotta know. Defensive Dynamo, yo. Defensive Dynamo, that's the way to go.
What's going on? Let me clear my throat. What's happening, Milanisti? Calcio fans, check out the new defensive Dynamo logo, by the way. It just came in. But obviously, the number 3. I got my Milan Dublin scarf as well. Some soccer balls. Milan ball that I picked up in Milan as well. And some football books, Carlo Ancelotti. And on the other side is a book on German football tactics and history. Really good stuff. I see Chris. I see our good friend Max from MLM Podcast. What's going on, fellas? All right. Welcome to the Defensive Dynamo Analysis Show. I'm your host, Nicko. All right. This was a last-minute pod. I didn't plan on doing it, but yesterday I saw some crazy takes on the game, on the Derby game. Crazy, crazy stuff. Let me get into it in a second. Here we go. DeMarco's goal, whose fault? Who was at fault? All right. So most fans that with common sense in the game already knew that there were 2 mistakes made in that play on Inter's first and only goal against us in Derby. One, Leao didn't press on the man-to-man, didn't press Barella. He was walking off. He was probably tweeting, getting into a beef with some Milan fan online on his phone, or making his new track for his hip-hop career, or getting text messages from his baby mama. I don't know. But he didn't do his job. Barella had that time and space. Boom. Switched it up to DeMarco. And Miss Royale didn't do his job. Left DeMarco all alone. Went to help out Lautaro on top of the box. Right? And even though Gabi was there doing his job, closing out on Lautaro and Pulisic, Captain America, for whatever reason, Royale decided to cover as well, to come over and help out and triple team Lautaro, giving up that open space, that through ball to Lautaro, from Lautaro to DeMarco, bang, goal. All right, that's most fans saw it that way. But some fans out there had a different version of that play. I don't know where they got it. They're blaming Tomori. All right. And I'll show you why. Let's share the screen. All right. That's not what I wanted, fellas. Where is it? When you need it. All right. So this might be a little bit small. Let me do my best to explain what's happening here. Let's try it a different way. That's super tiny. Let's go to the tweets. Let's see if we can pull it up a different way. God damn it. All right, that's too small. Let's do this a different way. All right, Chris, Max, everybody else in the chat, just give me a second here. Hey, by the way, how's everybody feeling after the Derby? Let me know in the chat. Smash that like button as well. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Oh, and by the way, yeah, Max, that new intro. So we're using ChatGPT and this other open source music generator to put that music together. So that's an AI track. Dude, I have friends that make music. I used to way back in the day in New York. This is all AI stuff. Just use ChatGPT, put in, for example, Biggie Smalls hip hop music or Biggie style, Biggie Smalls. Going back to Calio, using a track like that, put in some keywords, defensive Dynamo podcast, things like that. 2-verse or 4-verse track. Then I throw it into this music generator that one of our co-hosts found. Put it in there. Select some other tabs out there, and it just generates music for you. That's pretty cool. It's pretty dope, actually. So let's get back to the analysis of that game, because let's see if I can do it a different way. All right, this might work a little better. Let's see what we can use better. It's not what I wanted. It's not showing what I want. Yeah, this is not working at all. This is not what I intended. All right, so Restream froze up on me on the other end, but no big deal. Let's just go back to the original game plan here. I can Restream. All right. Hold on, fellas. Restream is acting really buggy right now. All right. Let's try this. All right, so saw this post yesterday on X. So if you guys could see here, let's get the original play. So Tomori was here. So if you guys could take a look. So looks like Tomori initially was not playing the offsides trap. So let me explain this because the image sucks and I apologize for that. Giova, he posted this yesterday. I responded and I said he was playing Tomori. I watched it play a few times for my pod, and Tomori was positioned in the right spot in that play. And this Milan fan who's has some common sense agreed. And I'll tell you why we agreed and why we're 100% sure that this was not on Tomori, that goal from DeMarco. So when that pass came through on that left side to DeMarco, right? Tomori was set back here. He's a little bit on. He's not playing that offside trap. So I could see some fans thinking why Tomori was at fault, why this goal was on him. He left DeMarco on sides once he received that pass from Lautaro. But you got to remember something, fellas. At this level, I mean, damn, even at the U12, U13 level, and most academies, most clubs, they're teaching their players how to make their runs properly, how to time their runs, how to beat these offside traps. All right. So the countermeasure to that. All right. So imagine a high-level player that plays professional football. They already have that ingrained in their head. So, especially in this position inside the box, you're not playing an offside trap. It's way too dangerous because players will time their run properly and beat your offsides trap time and time again. All right. So in this case, Tomori was not at fault. So however, any Milanisti, any calcio fan, any football fan that thinks otherwise, that thinks that Tomori is at fault for this by looking at these images and not looking at the whole play, weighing it down, and realizing the position Tomori was in, right? Tomori actually did the right thing because you never play that offside trap that close to the box. It's way too risky, right? Yeah, sure, he could have came up. If he would have moved up, played that offside trap, be in line with the other defenders, DeMarco would have noticed that because DeMarco was going to scan the field. Notice Tomori pulled up, and he would time his run for that through ball from Lautaro. He would have scored a goal regardless. This is on Leao, partially, for not man-marking Barella, pressuring him to do something else with the ball, allowing him to make that long switch to DeMarco, and for Emerson, our amazing right back from the EPL level defending, for leaving him unmarked, coming over to help out on Martinez, which there was no need for that at all, whatsoever. None. End of story. Fayadinho, thanks for tuning in, dude. Got some connections issues. We'll try to get back later. Yeah, I appreciate it. I wish, no problem. So there's my breakdown for that play. And Milanisti out there, or calcio fans, football fans, I can see from looking at the original, the game, watching it, not rewinding that play, not pausing it, and seeing it at live, real live. You would think, yes, Tomori was not in the right position. Like I said, playing that offsides trap close to your goal, your own goal, like that, is risky, extremely dangerous. You're not pulling that off. Unless this is some Sunday league. You're playing against some guys with dad bods. Then you can pull that offside trap all day long because they're too drunk and too hungover to notice anything. So that's that. There's my breakdown on that play. All right. So don't come at me and say Tomori is garbage and Tomori's not a good defender. He did his job. He positioned himself fine. All right. So enough of that. Enough of that crazy talk. All right. So moving on. So matter of fact, quick thing. Anybody in the chat, what are your thoughts on this? Now that you saw the breakdown, that you're seeing some other fans saying it was Tomori's fault because he didn't play the offside trap. Let me get your thoughts on that. Because, like I said, initially I could see their point of view. But, at the end of the day, they're 100% wrong. Yeah, Restream's acting really weird today. Keeps connecting, disconnecting. It's buggy as hell. I think it's the rain too. So it's been raining down here. We got a tropical storm down here in the Yucatan of Mexico. Might come in as a hurricane, may not. We'll see. But we'll have, if worst case, we'll have to hunker down. But the cool thing is, everything's on the ground. By the way, all the cabling, internet connections, power. So I won't ever lose power down here. But this storm might be affecting some network issues today. It's possible. But hey, listen, everybody in the chat, Milanisti, Chris, Max, Fadinho, if you're back in, let me hear your thoughts on that play. All right? Because I don't think I'm crazy at all. I think I've been around the game way too long to not get that right. And I'm sure if Gino was here as well, Max's partner, he would agree with me as well. But let's get into Lecce preview. So Friday we got Lecce. Listen, on paper, we should beat them, obviously. But I think I pulled something up here for Lecce. Where is it? Lecce, let's see. Yes, listen, Lecce is in 17th place. All right. They're not a dominant even. They're not in the level of Parma or Como or Torino. Those clubs that, they're looking really dangerous right now, especially Como. I mean, they smacked Atlanta yesterday, 3-2 or 3-1. They scored 3 really nice goals. So Como's definitely a team to look out for. But Lecce, we should beat them. Now, in terms of defending structure, I don't know how Fonseca is going to do this. If you notice in the game against Inter, what he did on that press, man-to-man press, it was a 4-2-4 press. It was man marking. But what he did, being that Abraham was really active on the press, and the other players, except for Leao, they forced Inter to go wide. We took away the middle of the field. We were taking away those open spaces between the lines to have those midfielders to find that space to receive the ball, turn, and move up the field. Either take a touch, dribble, or start with a through ball or switch. We took that away. We negated Inter's best weapon at their midfield. All right, Varela, Hakan, Mitrian, those guys. We took them out of the game. We forced them to go to DeMarco and Dumfries. And it didn't work most of the time. A couple of times they were effective, especially DeMarco, obviously. But I want to see if Fonseca is going to do the same thing against Lecce. Are we going to try to take the middle of the field away, like most teams do? The middle of the field is the most dangerous part of the field. Or he's going to take out the wings and force them to go into the middle. That's something I want to see on Friday. Is there a defensive structure? Or we're going to go back to playing that high line and, going back to playing Pavlovic and Tomori together, which are 2 reckless defenders. Reckless. All right. And if he's going to go back to Loftus Cheeks on a double pivot. All right. Is he going to stick to this formation that worked against Inter? And just go with it, go with your hot players. All right. The other thing is how Fofana's going to play. Is Fofana going to continue playing well? It wasn't amazing against Inter, but he played a good game. He recovered. He marked his players coming into the box. he was able to help out on the back line. He didn't recover balls, but he was in good defensive positions time and time again. He wasn't out of position. If he can continue that against Lecce, against an inferior team, it's still dangerous. All right, we should win. We should win this game, no doubt. All right, but if we come out lackluster, we're not pressing intensely. We're not recovering our pivotal space. That's the space between on our rest defense between the midfielders, and our back line is not there. It's not managed well. It's a fucking mess. We're disjointed, disconnected. We're gonna get hit on the counterattacks by Lecce, just like Torino hit us and Parma. So those are the things that if we can get that right, if we can get the pivotal space right, man marking, our midfielders play well defensively. I'm not expecting too much out of Tajani from there. That's not his game, unfortunately. We should win this game. All right, because we need to win. All right, let's get that win, Milan. Let's go. All right. Listen, got 7 people in the chat. Awesome. That's amazing. That's not bad for a midday show. Pretty good. And I know Milanisti 360 this morning. Husney went on with John. It was way too early for me. I wasn't getting on line that early. There was no way at all. I was sleeping, fast asleep. They had a good pod this morning as well, talking about the Derby, giving their thoughts on the game. Some things it talks about Jerry, his latest press conference. I don't want to get too much into that because there's pretty much a defensive analyst show at the end of the day. Now it's a show. I don't want to get into that whole Redbird mess. I can leave that for another day on the other pod. All right, but guys, if you haven't done so already, check out that pod from this morning, Milanisti 360. All right, check because Husney's back. Husney is back. All right, which is great for us. We miss him. Give them lock into their show, show them your support, and now let's get into the last segment. Listeners, give us your thoughts. Any questions on this show? Any other questions? My thoughts on Redbird, my thoughts on anything. This is your time to shine. Let's see it. All right, let's do it. There we go. Yeah, apologies for the network connections earlier today and with the screenshot as well. I expected it to pop out a little bit more, but it didn't. But if you guys got the idea, all right? I think I gave a good detail of what was happening in that play, right? At the mark of goal. So anybody out there who's watching this afterwards still thinks Tomori was at fault. That was on him. And if you watch this show and you still think so, I don't know. Get a pair of reading glasses, please. I want to check your vision. All right. Or maybe you just hate Tomori too much. You just that bias. You're just extremely biased towards Tomori for whatever reason. You would think he was Chow. If it was Chow, yeah. Because Chow is just awful. But as much as we want to hate on Tomori's actually, on his good days, he can be one of our best defenders. When he's on, when he's locked in and focused. All right, Milanisti. There's no questions. Once again, subscribe, like, show us your support. And I think on Saturday, we should, myself, Husney, Shane, and John, hopefully I get the whole crew together. The whole Milanisti 360 family for a post-game show. Hopefully it'll be a positive one. all right? Because we need to get on a winning streak, get on top of that table, all right? Because, I think, it's around that corner, January, February is coming around. That's what, and you just get hit by these fucking injuries, all right? That's when Milan lab falls apart on us. So let's hope let's get a nice, comfortable lead, get back on the top of the table, get some separation from Inter and Juve and Napoli, hopefully, or close it down Napoli, because Napoli looks good as well. Juve, they look good defensively, offensively, they're struggling. One other thing about Juve, I read it today. I think Motta is going to try a new formation without a number 9. All right, so that's something to look for as well as we can see how that turns out. Because that's something we might need to prepare for, on the defensive side of the field. With Motta being innovative and changing things up. All right, Milan Nation, take it easy. All right, calcio fans, football fans. All right, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And always Forza Milan and Forza Calcio. Later. Oh, by the way, just stay tuned in for this outro track. It's a diss track for certain people out there that I don't get along with. All right, that I have had my personal differences regarding Milan. Nothing personal, but it's a track for them. Take it easy, fellas.
Don't take it personal. Nah, I'm just speaking facts. You running bad taste, but your knowledge is lax. Talking down to the fam, yo, we see through the front. Call it fair, stupid, your bro. Nah, son, we ain't the one. Yo, I'm sitting back, watching these podcasts flop, spitting weak tactics, like they calling the shots. But the game ain't a toy, man, you don't understand. You talk like you Capello, but can't break down a man. I see the flaws in your lines, your formation's weak. You ain't coaching this squad, you just love to speak. It's like a clown show. I'm tired of these jokes, acting like you know, but you ain't with the folks. You bash other fans, trying to sound superior, but your tapes just reveal that your mind's inferior. This is Milan, homie, don't come with that front. Keep it real, step off, I ain't here to stunt. Don't take it personal, nah, I'm just speaking facts. You running bad taste, but your knowledge is lax. Talking down to the fam, yo, we see through the front. Call it fans stupid, jabronis. Nah, son, we ain't the ones. You break down the game like it's FIFA on the screen, but you miss all the details that lie in between. No talk of the past, the way we lock the lines. Just some half-baked comments, recycled designs. Yo, I'm dissecting systems like a Peely's right hand. While you over there, just trying to look grand. Calling fans stupid, man, who do you think you are? You just mad cause your knowledge don't stretch that far. Keep throwing shade, but you miss the sun. We on the rise, baby, Milan's #1. So next time you drop a tape, come correct, or you'll catch heat, and that's out of respect. Don't take it personal, nah, I'm just speaking facts. You running bad taste, but your knowledge is lax. Talking down to the fan, yo, we see through the front. Calling fans stupid, jabronis. Nah, son, we ain't the ones. You ain't watching the build-up, you just watch the goals. Talking like an expert, but you missing the roles. No talk about the pivots, how we break the lines. You just talking loud, but it's all out of time. Yo, I peep your style, and it's full of holes. Milan's more than just wins, it's control of the soul. So miss me with the ego, the front and the lies. Calling other fans out like your rhymes in the skies. But we see through the hype and we see through the cap. You ain't teaching the game, you just here for the clap. So keep your distance, or you'll get cooked in the booth. And that's just me talking, coming with the truth. Don't take it personal, nah, I'm just speaking facts. You running bad taste, but your knowledge is lax. Talking down to the fam, yo, we see through the front. Calling fans stupid, jabronis. Don't take it personal, nah, I'm just speaking facts. You running bad taste, but your knowledge is lax. Talking down to the fan, yo, we see through the front. Calling fans stupid, jabronis. Nah, son.